Let's do it.
Maybe. Hello, happy campers. Spike.
Chris.
Ciao. Here we go again.
We're back again.
Remember, Kentucky Governor Beshear wants you to pester everybody this Thanksgiving to get the vaccine, because if you don't, then it's a thing of sane versus insane. I got one word for you, Andy. Thalidomide. Look it up. Anyway, moving on. Hello, Chris. How you doing?
Hello. I'm doing good. You?
It has been the week from heck. We sat there and did an hour. I managed to get the podcast out and didn't get a single video done because I've done nothing but work about 12, 13 hours a day all week. So, you know how that goes. But anyway, we got stuff to talk about, but apparently we have a list of remakes about a mile long and a mile wide, and it's just threatening everything in its path. Oy vey.
I got 2 cards there.
He's got his precious little cards out, and they are single-spaced, folks, and written in mice type. So
yes, there's a bunch of remakes. There's a huge list of remakes coming in the next 2-3 years.
Again, Hollywood completely creatively bankrupt. Go ahead.
And the only reason why I wrote these down was because as I was looking up the news, there are movies that are being made that are pretty much remakes, and I'm like, how many remakes do we got? And I looked up and I was like, oh wow.
I thought you just wrote them down. Drives me insane, because you know how much I absolutely adore these remakes.
Do you want me to start with the remakes?
Let's start with the remakes. How many remakes do you got? You've got about a dozen or so.
Yeah.
At least.
All right. Some of them I don't even know why they're being made.
Let's run them down one at a time and then run them down.
All right. Car wash.
If they can actually get car wash made in the 21st century, I'll stand there and applaud them. I won't spend money to actually buy a ticket, but if just to see who takes over the Richard Pryor role, who takes over the
Snoop Dogg,
George Carlin role,
it's going to be a bunch of rappers.
Snoop Dogg couldn't do it. Snoop Dogg couldn't carry off Richard Pryor. No.
No, but they'll try.
He'll try and fail miserably at it.
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart will try and fail miserably at it. We were talking about that before the show. I think he's trying way too hard to be Chris Rock, but that's me. Anyway.
Every Which Way But Loose.
If they manage to remake that, for one thing, Clint Eastwood owns the rights to that movie, I believe. But so if they get it done, they're going to have to pay Clint a fortune and a half. But that's another one of those. If they can get that done, more power to him, because half of it was animal cruelty, and the other half is insinuating this motorcycle gang was gay. So I can't wait to see how this turns out.
Isn't that the one where like Clint Eastwood and some other dude was like fighting throughout the entire town, like they were fist fighting?
Yeah, Clint Eastwood.
They would go into one place and go out the other.
Clint Eastwood was basically playing a precursor to UFC. He was a bare knuckle fighter, and they would do informal fights, like in backs of lumber yards and stuff, and people would bet on it, and they would make their money off of that. But
what was it? Right hook Clyde.
Right turn Clyde.
Right turn Clyde.
That's when his orangutan would reach out and punch somebody. That's the animal cruelty that PETA will claim. But
The Bodyguard.
That one I've actually heard they were remaking that one. I don't understand. Did they manage to reanimate her corpse or anything, or?
No. That's gonna be
Look, The Bodyguard was a starring vehicle for Whitney Houston. She's dead now, and so should that movie. Move on. And besides, how in the world is that going to get remade with a white guy saving a black chick? No way, man. No way that gets made. We should be laying odds as to whether these things actually get done or not.
Well, I mean, they'll probably
Car Wash, I would put it like 5-1 that it actually gets done. Any which way you can, I'd put that at 20-1. Bodyguard, probably 5-1, because they're going to put like 2 lesbians in there or something.
That's what I was going to say. During the woke thing, that's probably going to be 2 girls. This one I don't understand because I love the movie. I love the original, but I don't know why they would do it. But Romancing the Stone,
Romancing the Stone was really not that good to begin with.
I loved it. I actually thought it was pretty good.
Hmm.
I thought it was goofy, fun adventure type of thing.
It took me like 20 years to finally sit down and watch Romancing the Stone. I was like, okay, I saw it. Never see it again. But I'd lay the odds on that one probably 25-1. Just because, again, you've got a guy who rescues a girl. That is old hat in woke Hollywood. Hollywoke. Go ahead.
This one I kind of understand, but then again, there is like a bunch of TV shows on now that does the exact same thing, but Scarface.
Why? Okay, now stop for a minute. All right, Scarface. Do you know how many times Scarface has been remade?
Exactly.
Okay.
And there's TV shows that is pretty much the exact same.
And none of them called Scarface because you just take the same characters, you change the names, you give them a deeper tan, and all of a sudden you've got urban cinema.
I mean, you start from the bottom and then you rise up and you do whatever it takes to get there. It's like it's been done. Short Circuit.
I would do that as a horror movie. Because seriously, number five was supposed to be an autonomous killing machine. Who gets zapped with lightning, so he becomes sentient and doesn't want to kill anybody. I would make him get zapped with a lightning bolt and then have him really get the... I would put the righteous anger of God in him with that lightning bolt. And then he crashes through the universal divide, and then he goes into the MCU and starts chasing Thor around. I would pay to see that one. He could do a crossover with Howard the Duck. That would be hilarious.
No.
Which I know they're remaking, but...
Eventually. Weird Science.
Oh, no. That is a problematic movie because talk about exploiting women. Not like White Boy actually cares about what women think, but it's not like Pasty McWhitebread is ever going to get any with one of these women. So he might... If they can slip it through as an R-rated softcore porn, then they might get away with it. But she'd have to be 17 in order to appeal to the pedophiles.
Oh, my goodness.
Yep, you're welcome. Oh, believe me, I'll smack the pedophiles around at this rate. I have zero faith in Hollywood. Go ahead. I have 100% faith in God, 0% faith in anybody else. So go ahead.
This one we already know is actually being made because so far we got Elijah Wood in it, and I forgot what the guy's name from Game of Thrones, but the Toxic Avenger.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that one. That was the one with the, I'm going to say it, dwarf from Game of Thrones.
Yes.
Whatever his name is, I can't think
of his name. Peter Dinklage.
Yeah. And he wouldn't care if you called him a dwarf anyway. So anyway. Go right ahead and remake Toxic Avenger. I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be
go right ahead.
Okay, so now this one I do have a problem with because I know some people probably don't like the movie because of Jim Carrey, but you cannot remake this movie.
Hold on, let me guess.
Not have Jim Carrey.
Let me guess. The Mask?
No.
Huh. Cable Guy?
No. Ace Ventura.
Yeah, that was going to be my other guess.
I mean, he is Ace Ventura. It's not like the movie was based off of a TV show, a book.
Okay, which one of the Wayans brothers is going to wind up remaking this Ace Ventura? Which one of them is going to star? It's going to be Sean Wayans, guaranteed.
Because it already said that it won't have Jim Carrey.
Yeah,
and it's like
duh. Jim Carrey knows better than to do that. But
it was like, how do you do this without Jim Carrey?
Jim Carrey's managed to play both. He's managed to play both. He managed to play Andy Kaufman. He's played Truman. He's played a bunch of other things. He's way too out there to. Although, well, no, he probably would do it for a lark. But yeah, actually, there is a Wayans connection there because that's where Jim Carrey got his rise to fame by surpassing every black person on the show. The token white guy. He's the only one with a career after that show.
Now
There's your Hollywood folks.
the Wayans pretty much had something there, and then they just disappeared. I think their last. Well, actually, they are doing a White Chicks 2 movie, so.
Yep, there you go. That's all you need to
So
know.
they're still there.
That's all you need to know.
This one, okay. The Birds. Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds.
Okay, I have to hear who's attached to this. Do you have any idea?
I have no idea.
So they're going to remake The Birds. Okay.
Yes,
The last time they remade a Hitchcock anything, we got Psycho out of it, and it was a shot-for-shot color remake. It was idiotic.
That was horrible.
But I don't know. Let me see. I'm looking this up right now on DuckDuckGo because I don't use Google for searches anymore. I've got The Birds Remake, The Birds Remake 2014, The Birds Remake 2017, and The Birds Remake release date. And let's not forget, the real remake of The Birds was called Birdemic, and that's been covered by Riff Tracks already. So,
Birdemic.
A TV series, according to IMDb. Let's see.
How would you turn that into a TV series?
In development. They have nothing beyond saying it was a TV series. So that's all IMDb's got. IGN. IGN. They've got articles from 2015, 2014.
Wow.
And,
so this one probably won't even happen.
2012, 2011, 2010, 2009. There's Rosemary's Baby remake. And then it got mentioned back with the Friday the 13th remake back in 2009.
Oh, I wonder which one they went with.
And there's, let's see this one. Brad Fuller talking about the Friday the 13th remake, and he was also planning a remake of The Birds and a bunch of other stuff. So yeah, this they've been doing this garbage for a long, long, long time. But anyway, the last article I see on IGN is from 2015, so there's no telling.
Yeah, so, that might be a long stretch.
Please don't do that. Anyway.
And Big Trouble in Little China.
Which is a movie I never watched to begin with, so I couldn't care less. But ooh, hold on. Oh, that's from 2017. I'm still on The Birds, folks. The BBC was threatening to do one as a contemporary TV drama. This back in 2017. It was going to be directed by Martin Campbell, who did Casino Royale and had Naomi Watts attached. But that didn't happen.
I can actually totally see that.
Oh, your fears take flight. God bless you. People are completely bankrupt. Maniac Cop 3. Yeah, it's coming on. The Evil Dead. What happened?
Oh, no, I'll be up for that Trimmers thing.
No, thank you.
I'll be up for that.
Anyway.
Yep.
So is that all the remakes?
Yep. Well, there's a few here.
Yeah.
But
well, hold on. They're still doing the live action Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers movie. That one's been in developmental heck since 2014, apparently. They said after Fox had luck with Alvin and the Chipmunks, then Disney wanted their own. So this is going to be apparently idiotic. In 2019, Akira Schaefer, who's a member of the Lonely Island comedy group, will direct the film, who's replacing Robert Rugen, who's the previous director-writer. Have John Mulaney as Chip and Andy Samberg as Dale. They started filming back on March 16th. Years after the Rescue Rangers TV series ended, Chip and Dale must reteam to save a friend from video piracy. It's coming to 2022.
Video piracy?
Coming in 2022 is a Disney Plus exclusive. And they're going to release a new Proud Family Louder and Prouder featurette for their 20th anniversary coming up this year, actually. It's supposed to premiere in 2022 on Disney Plus. Oh, I don't know about that, but oh well.